Well, the name of the character is Weathers, and in some sense, the name is strikingly connected to the way he looks physically. It looks like he's weathered and been through life and has a lot of life's experience. So it's pretty apropos that that falls into happens to be the name of the character, Weathers. Tripp's mother is struggling. She's trying to find her way, provide the income, the choices that she has, being a single parent. And then the whole idea of finding a kind of family that now is unconventional. There's unconventional relationships that I think we're going to find. And they're nourishing relationships. That's important. And that is the key to, I think, for all of us, for a lot of people, finding those relationships. Just to incredible ingenuity of the special effects, and also the creativeness around the truck itself. It's some high tech, something that's transforms in some sense. It's transformative as the nature of the story itself. To have a story like this, a story where this young man finds himself. Defines himself in a different way in service of something much larger than him is the key point of the story itself. And that in itself resonates. So he himself is not someone who is just fallen off by the wayside because of his disability. He is someone who's enriched his life in other ways as well. And he built this place that was full of just creative things, It's where the mind in itself is able to absorb another level of life beyond our physical limitations. And that's what Weathers is about. So it's the perfect place for Tripp, and the perfect place for, I think, the story to have resonate and the story to come out and develop as well. In the background, in which I'm pulling for the two of them, because I realize for him and who he is, someone who encourages him, and someone who tests him in some certain way, who challenges him in a certain way. And she begins that from the beginning when she's tutoring him, challenging him and challenging. Here he has someone in his life that's challenging. They're so really talented, really, and it's been in our short periods of time together. It's been really wonderful, and something to admire as well as you watch young people embrace the script, make choices, and defend their choices that they make, and everything else. It's always beautiful to work. It certainly doesn't attempt to be a broad comedy in any way, but the subtlety of that in the midst of the action and everything else is really wonderful to watch. And it's not the kind of gratuitous kind of action, violence, or whatever. And that's another important aspect of it. So you find humor in that as well. Sometimes humor in the action, humor in the relationship. There's automatically humor between the way in which Tripp relates to the monster himself. That creates that. And it's something that humanizes the monster and the both of them in their relationship, and they struggle for some sort of space, and that itself is funny. It's a simple thing about respect, and ultimately it's respect to the process of this extraordinary place called Mother Earth.